Alright guys, Boola coming to you with another video. I hope all is well. You know I had to talk about this, man. And you know, it sickens me that I have to talk about this. It really sickens me that I have to go into detail about why certain things are the way they are in boxing. You know, it sucks. And it's just like, it's like, you know, I just shake my head and just think to myself, man, I'm going to keep on fighting the good fight. Regardless, even if I have to do this, you know, sometimes you get annoyed for fighting the good fight, but and you know, sometimes you have to ignore certain things that you see and what have you, and just keep it pushing. But other things, it's like, okay, well, you can't really ignore it. You just have to kind of like. You kind of have to acknowledge it. And so, I mean, I have to acknowledge this. We saw an explosive performance by Boots Ennis. Okay? Basically, made a short night out of Thomas Delorme, who, granted, is a sturdy fighter. You know, let's not get this twisted. He's sturdy, okay? He's a sturdy fighter. He's came off of, like, you know, granted, he's had a couple of losses in the past in his fights. Yes, he had some losses. However, that doesn't discount the fact that he's been in there with some tough guys. You know, he's been in there with the Terrence Crawford. He's been in there with the Ugas. He's been in there with these people. Okay, he's worn, he's battle tested, okay? He probably had a good camp against Ugas. Again, for this fight, he had a good camp. You know, you look at Ismael Salas, who I respect as a trainer very highly, and he was doing everything right. It's just that, you know, you're dealing with something different. You know, you're dealing with someone who's like a whole different kind of animal. You know, and it was just really nothing he can do in regards to dealing with this guy, okay? So you have yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. You know, I knew this thing was gonna happen. I knew they were gonna move the goalpost back once again. I knew it, and it pisses me off that they do it. You know, it just makes me want to invite them in the gym so I can get my shit off on them. Because again, you have these race loyal fans who basically will praise Virgil Ortiz, for example, will praise Virgil Ortiz for beating a Maurice Hooker who got stopped by Ramirez at 140, who was moving up to 147 to fight Virgil Ortiz. And then you have them praise Virgil Ortiz for fighting a Mean Machine who got stopped by a Terrence Crawford. And before they fought Virgil Ortiz, they fought some unknown tune-up guys. But you look at what Boots Ennis did, and they moved the goalpost back. You know, unlike they're like, oh, unlike Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, look at who he's fighting. Well, yeah, who is he fighting? Okay, who is he fighting? The problem is with a lot of these fans, and I have to say this, the problem is with a lot of these flag loyal fans is they don't look past their flag. They don't look at the skills of boxing. They don't look at that. You know, me, I look at skills first before I look at your damn flag. That's why I F with Bivol a lot. Okay? That's why I F with, what's his name? Who's another guy? Usyk. Okay? That's why that guy who just beat Jamal James, who is a Dagestan guy, I'm effing with him now. Now I got another guy to put on my radar because of the boxing skill. Okay? The hell do I care about your flag for? And the thing is, fighters like Haney, Ennis, Lubin, and stuff like that. They have a certain skill set I'm attracted to. David Morrell, they have a certain skill set I'm attracted to. Rashidi Ellis, they have a certain skill set I'm attracted to, which basically is kryptonite for a basic ass fighter like Virgil Ortiz. And these guys don't get that. What does Virgil Ortiz do better than Boots Ennis? Boots Ennis does everything Virgil Ortiz does, but faster and stronger. And these guys, oh my God, it just really pisses me off that they keep on moving the goalposts back. But I guarantee you, if Virgil Ortiz was in there with someone like, let's just say Virgil Ortiz was in there with the Delorme, he would get praised. They would be like, oh, you know, Delorme fought Terrence Crawford. Delorme fought Ugas. They would say that. You know, and then another thing, too, about the whole situation is the fact that you look at what his own trainer had to say. His own trainer had said that we won't be ready for him until like 48 months. That's what Robert Garcia said. We'll be ready for Boots in 48 months. So if his trainer is saying that, then what the hell? What does that tell you? This is just telling me this is fear. This is what it's telling me. So it's like, bro, you guys really just need to just shut up. Okay? Deal with the fact that certain fighters have certain skill sets which your favorite fighter don't have. Deal with it. Just deal with that shit. Okay? It's like for example, right? These same group of fans will be happy when Canelo obliterates Adri Yildirim. They'll be like, oh, you know, Canelo is king. Oh, Canelo is this, that, and the other. I think he took him out in the third round. Oh, this, that, in the third. But Jaron Ennis, who smokes this guy in the first round in devastating fashion because he hit him with an equilibrium shot, and he basically switched. The thing I was impressed with that knockout is he switched the angle, okay? What he did is when Delorme dipped down, Jaron Ennis sidestepped him and equilibrium shot at him from the side. It was an awkward-ass angle, which is very difficult to do because you need timing and you need a high ring IQ to do that. That's very difficult to do. It's hard to do the things that Jaron Ennis does. It's when you just come forward and you block shots with your head, it's hard to do, but it's not as difficult to do what Jaron Ennis did. You know, it's not as difficult as that what Jaron Ennis achieved. So I just really despise when they move the goalposts back like that because, you know, unfortunately, man, they're thinking about race first. They're thinking about nationality first. They ain't thinking about boxing. You know, half of these people don't even like boxing. You know, and I'm not going to even call them haters at this point. I'm not going to even call them that. There's no point in calling them haters. There's just point in them calling them nationalists. Okay? That's what we can call them, just nationalists. So now what you have is these nationalists, these Latin nationalists come out who are discrediting Boots in his thing that he did yesterday. The thing is that getting in the ring is already hard enough. Being in the ring with someone trying to take your head off is already hard enough. Boots was in seek and destroy mode yesterday. He didn't really even establish a jab, okay? He wanted to get him out of there. He overwhelmed his guy. Okay, much of the thing is he was doing what Virgil Ortiz does, come forward. But he was doing it faster with more powerful shots. So, I honestly really didn't see Boots fight on the back foot in that short amount of time in that fight. So if he can do everything Virgil Ortiz can do better and stronger, what makes you think Virgil Ortiz has a chance to beat him? That's what I'm not getting. Like, what am I missing that Virgil Ortiz does better than Jaron Ennis? Now, if Virgil Ortiz fought like, let's say Jamal James, I would favor Virgil Ortiz in that fight, right? I would favor him to fight. I would favor him to beat Jamal James. If Virgil Ortiz fought say Virgil Ortiz fought Austin Trout, I would favor him to beat Austin Trout. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys unfortunately don't look past nationality, and you look at nationality before you look at the abilities of a fighter. And I don't think I have once said on my time on YouTube, on the set, on a lot, I have never, ever, ever, ever said I support a fighter based on his color or his nationality. I've always said I support a fighter based on his skill set, but if, for example, he comes from a place that I come from, then that's the icing on the cake. I've never once first said that, oh, I support a fighter because of his nationality first. Never have I said that on this damn channel. But you guys support a fighter based on his nationality before you do skill, and it is obvious that someone has a better skill set than the fighter that you support, but you won't give that fighter his credit just for that. And I'm not going to call it hate. I'm just going to call it like ignorance, basically, and not love for boxing. That's what I'm going to call it. So all you Virgil Ortiz fans, all you race fans, man, you guys get a life, okay? That doesn't involve moving the goalposts back on a young killer like Jaron Ennis, okay? Whose demeanor should not even garner hate. It's not like this guy walks around talking all this shit or anything like that. It's not like he does shit that Ryan Garcia or Teofimo Lopez does. It's not like that. But yet you guys still hate it because you see what's coming. You basically see what's coming, and you have no fighters that can prepare for it. Basically. And that's just really what it comes down to. And that's where I'm going to digress from now. But anyhow, leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm reaching, or let me know if you think that what I'm saying has some points to it. But anyhow, Fool is signing out. It's Team Ennis all the way over here, Team Boots all the way, Team Haney all the way, Team Andrade all the way, Team Ruben over here. It's Team Bibble over here. It's Team who else am I missing right now? Team Shakur over here. Okay? And you know what I'm getting at in terms of naming all those fighters. They all possess something that Team Ortiz doesn't possess, Team Garcia doesn't possess, and Team Lopez doesn't possess. But anyhow, man, I'm out. Inshallah. Here's a question I have for you, race fans. Has it ever dawned on you that people are fighting Virgil Ortiz because maybe they think they have a better chance at beating him than they do have a better chance at beating Ennis? Has that dawned on you? Has it dawned on you that fighters who have maybe not so good resumes don't have good resumes because the guys that you say can beat them don't believe that they can beat them? Has that ever dawned on you? Or not? You never thought along those terms? Let me know.